This is why you're still stuck. Opening hook, the mirror that doesn't lie. There is a moment in every man's life where he stands alone, no noise, no applause, no validation, no distractions, just the mirror, cold, silent, honest, and in that moment, he comes face to face with the raw, unfiltered truth. He is not where he wants to be, not because of fate, not because of bad luck, not because the world is unfair, but because of something far more terrifying. He chose comfort over conquest. He talked more than he acted. He wished more than he worked. He waited when he should have moved. He negotiated with his greatness and lost. And if that man is you, if your dreams still feel distant, if your life feels paused, if you keep spinning in circles with the same habits, the same thoughts, the same outcomes, let me be blunt, this is why you're still stuck. Belief, the silent blueprint. Everything you have or don't have started not in the world, but in your mind. Every action you take is rooted in a belief you carry. And if you believe you're not enough, not ready, not worthy, then your life will reflect that belief in every detail. Henry Ford, the titan who put the world on wheels, once said, "Whether you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right." That wasn't just clever. It was law, because the world is not happening to you. It's happening through you, through your expectations, through your identity. If you see yourself as average, you'll perform like it. If you see yourself as powerful, you'll rise like it. You're not stuck because you're incapable. You're stuck because you've trained your brain to expect less than you're capable of. Clarity, the curse of vagueness, but belief alone is not the whole trap. You can believe in yourself and still get nowhere, because vague dreams build vague lives. If I asked you what your vision was, could you tell me in one sentence? Clear, focused, electrified with emotion, or would you hesitate, mumble, say, "I just want to be successful"? Success without definition is failure wearing a mask. Thomas Edison had one goal: light the world. It wasn't do something important, it was specific, targeted, obsessive, and you're stuck because your vision is blurry. You're chasing ghosts. You scroll social media hoping inspiration finds you. You start 10 things, finish none. But the universe does not reward the unclear. It does not hand power to the distracted. It bends for the decided. Discipline, the bridge between two worlds. Now listen, belief and clarity are the foundation. But the bridge between where you are and where you want to be, that's built with one brutal word: discipline. And this is where most men die. Not physically, spiritually. Because discipline is unsexy. It doesn't go viral. It doesn't get claps, but it's the quiet forge where greatness is born. Walt Disney got fired for lack of imagination and kept building. Abraham Lincoln lost elections, lost children, lost business, and kept showing up. Not because they felt like it, but because they were disciplined enough to move anyway. Discipline is choosing legacy over laziness. It's the ability to tell your feelings, "Not today." It's doing the reps when no one sees. Writing the page, making the call, hitting the gym, again, and again, and again. That's why you're stuck, because you want results without the repetition. You want impact without the integrity, but there is no shortcut. You don't get to leap over the mountain, you climb it. Purpose, the fire that doesn't burn out, but even discipline dies if it doesn't have a purpose to burn for. So here's the truth: you don't need more motivation. You need a reason. Most people are stuck because they're moving, but for the wrong reasons: to impress, to fit in, to chase status. That's not fuel, that's poison. What do you stand for? What breaks your heart? What pisses you off so deeply that it pulls you out of bed before sunrise? Carnegie didn't build steel empires for fun. He had a vision to lift a nation from poverty to progress. And that vision turned into relentless energy. Purpose is what makes you keep building when the world is falling apart. If you're stuck, maybe it's not because you're lazy. Maybe it's because you've never defined what's worth suffering for. Adaptability, the winner's weapon. Here's a hard pill: life doesn't care about your plans. It will throw chaos in your path. You'll lose things, people, money, direction. But the successful don't cling to a single path. They adapt without losing the destination. Napoleon Hill spent 25 years studying the most successful people of his time. And they all had this one trait in common: when the path collapsed, they built a new one. They pivoted. They listened. They learned. You are stuck because you're emotionally attached to how you thought it was supposed to go. But greatness requires Fluidity. It requires you to say, this door closed. Fine, I'll build one. This method failed. Good, I'm wiser now. This pain hit me. Watch what I turn it into. Rigidity breaks. Adaptability wins. Resilience, the muscle built in the fire. And if adaptability is the weapon, resilience is the armor. You will fall. You will fail. You will be betrayed, doubted, mocked, left behind. But your mission doesn't stop because your ego got bruised. Every powerful story has a dark chapter. Every king crawled before he ruled. Every legend was once laughed at. The question is not will you suffer. The question is, will you get up one more time than you fall? Success is not for the smartest. It's not for the most talented. It's for the most relentless. That's why you're still stuck. Because you took one hit and called it a sign to quit. You saw one loss and let it redefine you. But understand this, your resilience is your resume. It is proof to the world that you can be trusted with greatness. Gratitude, the frequency of power. Now let me show you something that may surprise you, because the fastest way to get unstuck is not to force harder, it's to align better. And alignment starts with gratitude. I don't mean cliché, surface-level gratitude. I mean the kind that rewires your nervous system. The kind that stares at a broken life and says, I'm still here. I'm still breathing. I still have time. Because gratitude isn't weakness. It's power. It shifts your energy from lack to leverage. The brain cannot create in a state of fear. But in a state of gratitude, it sees opportunities where it once saw obstacles. It feels fuel where it once felt fatigue. Every titan you admire knew this. They gave thanks in advance. They acted like the dream was already done. Because in their minds it already was. Action, the cure to every excuse. But all of this belief, clarity, purpose, resilience means nothing. If you don't move, your dream is drowning in delay. You are planning too much, thinking too much, doubting too much. You don't need a new book. You don't need a new system. You need brutal, focused, consistent action. There is no perfect moment. There is only now, this minute, this breath, this decision. You are stuck because you've convinced yourself you need to feel ready. But readiness is a lie sold to the weak, the strong. They act. And then the readiness comes. So whatever it is, start it. Build it, say it, launch it, train for it. Fight for it, because the clock is not waiting. And your dream is not guaranteed. Climax, the rebirth of the warrior. Look around you. Most people will never change. They'll complain, they'll numb, they'll blame, but not you. Because if you're still listening, that means something inside you just woke up. That spark you feel, that burn in your chest, that's not just inspiration. That's your true identity rising. The part of you that was born for greatness. That was suffocated by comfort, that was buried under excuses. Now it's here. And it will not go back to sleep. So I'm going to ask you one question. Who are you becoming from this moment forward? Because the man you were, he was stuck. But the man you are now, he's unstoppable.